This sign means A. Divided highway. B. Railroad warning. C. No passing zone. A. Divided highway. This sign indicates that a divided highway begins ahead. This sign means A. Cars on the right move first. B. You have the right of way. C. Let cross traffic pass before proceeding. C. Let cross traffic pass before proceeding. When approaching this sign, you must yield the right of way. Slow down and let vehicles and pedestrians crossing your path pass before you proceed. If necessary, stop before going ahead. This road sign means A. All traffic must turn right. B. All traffic must go straight. C. A side road intersects ahead. C. A side road intersects ahead. Warning signs provide notice to road users of a situation that might not be readily apparent and are usually yellow with black markings. This warning sign tells drivers to be alert to an intersecting side road ahead. A driver may pass another vehicle by driving on the shoulder of the road. A. True. B. False. B. False. Drivers are not allowed to leave the pavement or main traveled portion of the road to pass another vehicle.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
This sign means A. No passing zone. B. Slow-moving vehicle. C. Two-way traffic. A. No passing zone. A triangular yellow sign with black lettering indicates a no passing zone. It will appear on the left side of a two-way, two-lane roadway at the beginning of an area where prohibitive pavement markings are also used. This sign means A. Slippery when wet. B. Stop sign ahead. C. No U-turn. A. Slippery when wet. All roads are slippery and dangerous when wet. This sign warns of conditions that can cause a driver to lose control of a car. A driver should slow down when coming upon wet pavement because it takes longer to stop. Drivers turning left must yield to A. Oncoming vehicles traveling straight or turning right. B. Passing cars. C. No one in particular. A driver who becomes stranded in blizzard conditions should remain in their vehicle. A. True. B. False. A teen driver is allowed only 2 passengers under age 20 in the vehicle during the first 12 months of licensing. A. True. B. False. B. False. During the initial licensing phase, for drivers ages 16 and 17, the number of a vehicle's passengers is limited to 1 person under age 20 for the first 12 months a driver has a license, unless the passengers are a sibling, step-sibling, child, or stepchild of the driver. Headlights must be lighted from sunset to sunrise. A. True. B. False. A. True. Headlights must be turned on from sunset to sunrise. You are entering a freeway. Check traffic on the freeway by A. Using your rear view and side mirrors. B. Using your rear view mirror. C. Using your side mirror and looking over your shoulder. C. Using your side mirror and looking over your shoulder. When entering any roadway, you must be aware of traffic conditions. Use your side mirror and look over your shoulder to help you see and anticipate traffic when entering a freeway. What should drivers do when approaching a construction area? A. Increase their speed to get out of the way quickly. B. Slow down, stop all wireless telephone communications, and yield the right of way. C. Honk their horn several times to alert individuals working in the area to their presence. B. Slow down, stop all wireless telephone communications, and yield the right of way. When approaching a highway construction or maintenance area, Illinois law requires motorists to slow down, discontinue wireless, cell phone use unless using a hands-free device, yield to any authorized vehicles or workers in the area, change to a lane away from the workers when possible, and proceed with caution. Drivers are not required to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk. A. True. B. False. B. False. A driver must come to a complete stop and yield when a pedestrian is in a marked crosswalk. A driver must also yield to a pedestrian who is in an unmarked crosswalk on the driver's side of the roadway when there are no traffic control signals. This sign means A. Merge. B. Winding road ahead. C. Reserved parking for persons with disabilities. A. Merge. This sign warns that two lanes of traffic going the same direction will soon merge into one lane. This sign means A. Yield the right of way. B. No passing zone. C. Reduction in lanes. A. Yield the right of way. A triangular red and white sign indicates that you must yield the right of way. From top to bottom, the following is the proper order for traffic lights. A. Red, yellow, green. B. Red, green, yellow. C. Green, red, yellow. A. Red, yellow, green. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. They alert you to conditions that are immediately ahead. This sign warns drivers about the presence of traffic signals at an intersection ahead. Drivers must yield to pedestrians in an unmarked crosswalk. A. True. B. False. A. True. A driver must yield to a pedestrian when a pedestrian is in an unmarked crosswalk on the driver's side of the roadway and there are no traffic control signals. Interstate driving requires drivers to A. Have the ability to safely drive at increased speeds. B. Be constantly alert. C. Both of the above. This road sign means A. Pedestrian crossing. B. School crossing. C. Jogging trail. A. Pedestrian crossing. Warning signs provide notice to road users of a situation that might not be readily apparent and are usually yellow with black markings. This sign tells drivers to be alert to crossing pedestrians. After you have passed a vehicle moving in the same direction, it is safe to move back into the right lane. A. After about 3 seconds. B. When you can no longer see the passed vehicle over your right shoulder. C. When you can see the entire front of the passed vehicle in your rearview mirror. C. When you can see the entire front of the passed vehicle in your rearview mirror. When passing, you should not return to your original lane until you can see both headlights of the passed vehicle in your rearview mirror. Always check your blind spots before moving back into your original lane. When a motorist is turning right and a bicyclist is approaching on the right, the motorist should let the bicyclist go through the intersection before making their right turn. A. True. B. False. A. True. If you are turning right and a bicyclist is approaching on the right, you should let the bicyclist go through the intersection before making your turn. Most rear-end collisions are caused by the vehicle in back following too closely. A. True. B. False. A. True. Following a vehicle too closely is the cause of most rear-end crashes. Sudden wind gusts on highways. A. Generally affect only the movement of large vehicles. B. Only cause visibility problems. C. Can cause problems for all vehicles. C. Can cause problems for all vehicles. While it can create special problems for large vehicles, strong wind can cause problems for all drivers. Wind can lower visibility by blowing dirt and dust into the roadway, but it can sometimes also physically move a vehicle. This sign means A. There is a 35 miles per hour speed zone after the curve ahead. B. Drive no slower than 35 miles per hour around the upcoming curve. C. Approach the upcoming curve at a speed of 35 miles per hour or slower. C. Approach the upcoming curve at a speed of 35 miles per hour or slower. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. They alert you to conditions that are immediately ahead. These signs may be accompanied by speed advisory plaques that indicate the speed with which you should proceed. What does this road sign mean? A. Falling rocks. B. Trucks use second gear. C. Steep hill. C. Steep hill. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. This sign indicates that you are approaching a steep hill. Slow down and be ready to shift to a lower gear to control your speed and protect your brakes from damage. This sign indicates that the road ahead A. Turns sharply right, then left. B. Curves right, then left. C. Curves right. B. Curves right, then left. This sign warns of a reverse curve in which the road curves to the right, then to the left. Unless authorized to do so, drivers may not break into the line of a funeral procession. A. True. B. False. A. True. If you encounter a funeral procession, you must yield the right of way to all vehicles in the procession. You should not drive between vehicles in an organized funeral procession unless directed to do so by a law enforcement officer. It is illegal to join a funeral procession for the purpose of securing the right of way or attempting to pass any vehicle in an organized funeral procession, except where a passing lane has been specifically provided. This road sign means A. School crossing. B. Pedestrian crossing. C. Jogging trail. B. Pedestrian crossing. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. This sign indicates the presence of a crosswalk, regardless of if it is marked on the pavement or not. Upon seeing this sign, you should be alert and allow any pedestrians to cross the road safely. This sign means A. No turns. B. No outlet. C. No U-turns. C. No U-turns. This sign indicates that U-turns are prohibited. You may see a sign like this at an intersection that commonly has oncoming traffic. An orange sign means drivers should be alert, adjust their speed, and be prepared to stop if necessary. A. True. B. False. Regulatory signs are A. Green. B. Yellow. C. White. C. White. Regulatory signs inform drivers of specific laws that must be obeyed. Displayed laws may be about traffic direction, lane use, turning, speed, parking, or special situations. Regulatory signs are commonly white squares or rectangles with black, red, or green letters or symbols. What is the only effective way to remove alcohol from the body? A. Drink strong coffee. B. Wait. C. Take a cold shower. B. Wait. The only way to remove the effects of alcohol from the body is to let time pass. Eating, drinking coffee, or taking a shower will not speed up this process. When driving in fog, you should use your high beam headlights. A. True. B. False. B. False. You should use your low beam headlights when driving in fog. High beams will reflect back at the driver and lower visibility. When approaching a railroad crossing that has no warning signals, such as electric flashing lights or gates, a driver should slow down, look, and listen. A. True. B. False. A. True. If a railroad crossing has no warning devices or only a crossbuck sign, you should slow down, look in both directions of the track, and listen for a train or railroad equipment. Only proceed with caution across the tracks when it is safe to do so. This road sign means A. Sharp right turn ahead. B. A road joins from the right. C. The road ahead turns sharply right then sharply left. C. The road ahead turns sharply right then sharply left. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. This sign indicates that the road ahead will turn sharply to the right and then sharply to the left.